Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, back with DigiRichie because he had another hard drive to test out in the field. This time it's coming from Buffalo, and a quick story on how Buffalo came to us is a Fro reader tweeted me and said, why don't you check out the drives that Buffalo makes? So Buffalo saw that and said, hey, FroKnowsPhoto, do you want to try out some drives? So basically they sent us some things to test out, and we can say whatever we want because that's what we do when we make reviews. So Richie, what is this? What have you used it for, and what do you think about it?
So this is the Buffalo Mini Thunderbolt drive station. What this is this is two SSDs. It's a RAID kit. So there's actually two SSD drives in here that can either be striped together or rated independently.
So when you say SSDs, it means it's no moving parts.
Solid state.
So you shake that around,
moving.
there's nothing in there.
Moving.
With regular hard drives, you have the arm thing, and if that breaks off, you got moving platter. There's no moving parts. That's why SSDs are here. They're fast, they're a little expensive, but they're worth it. Before you get into it, what's the cost of this?
So they start about $400 for I believe it's two 120 gigabyte drives stripped together. It goes up to 512s.
So what do you use it for?
So for me, what I use a SSD RAID drive is, I use it as a capture drive. So when we're shooting, tether cable goes into the computer, Thunderbolt goes into this, and this is where the files go to. So they never land on the computer, they go straight to here.
So that's the first place it goes. So you need this to be pretty darn stable.
These are, what we use these for in our field is for performance only. This is not a backup solution. This is a how do we get files as fast as we can so the GPU, the CPU, and everything else can work together.
So they go to here, and then you connect through the secondary Thunderbolt to the computer? Or to another hard drive?
One Thunderbolt's going into the computer, and then either a hub, a monitor, or something else might be going into this, or this might be connected through a hub. But this is directly connected to the computer through Thunderbolt.
What was it replacing? Because I know you used a different model from a different company for a while.
For the last 2 years, I've used a Lacey Mini Big Disk. And the reason we used that was it was user replaceable. And it used to come with spin drives, and we had the idea one day, why not make it SSD? So, thousands of dollars later, we had this great fast system that we got about 500 megs, 600 megs with those drives. This thing out of the box was like 750, 800 megs a second once it was striped together. So when we're shooting big phase cameras, this thing keeps up, and it's actually outperforming the USB 3 at this point.
So you've said that this has found a way into your bag, because usually when you test out gear, you're not going to take it right out to the field just in case there's an issue, but this has now gone around the world with you.
Yeah, rigorously tested. I mean, as soon as you gave it to me, I took it home, I unboxed it, I played with it, I looked at it, I said, wow, it's a nice piece, it's well made. It's got a nice feel to it, but aesthetically, yeah, it's great. How does it perform? Did a bunch of tests, unplugging it, doing this, doing that, beating it up, trying to crash it as much as possible, just finding out any issues I could find. And really, I couldn't find any. Outside of, every once in a while it slows down, but every drive does that. And it could be a cable issue, it could be this issue. So for me, this thing's been great. I actually replaced the Lacey in my kit for the time being to run with.
So the only thing that we have to figure out is if we can custom or take this apart and put in other SSDs, larger ones. So Richie's going to get on the phone with Buffalo to see if that's possible. But any other last words before we wrap it up?
No, I'm super impressed with it. I never was a Buffalo person. I've always talked about Lacey or Lassie, however you want to say it. For years, I've just had a good trust with them, and anytime I ever had an issue, they were always good with customer service. So other than a couple times on set using a Buffalo drive of a client or a friend, I've never really had success or experience for that matter with them. And I'm really happy to say that they really put out a great product.
Cool. So there you guys have it. That is another video with DigiRichie. You can get more information over on the website if you want to basically find out more about the Buffalo drives. We hope that they send us more to test out, and you can check them out for yourself. Go to their website, and that is where we're going to end it. Thank you, DigiRichie.
Thanks, man.
Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya. So if you liked that DigiRichie video and you would like to see more, go ahead, click up on the screen. It's going to take you over to a playlist where you can see every DigiRichie video that we have made so far. But also, if you want to subscribe here on YouTube, go ahead, give the subscribe button a push so you can see the latest videos as they get released. And that is what I have to say. Go ahead, click on one of them.